Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the Azure Server Management Tools. And if you haven't seen my other video where I talk about the configuration side of things of the Server Management Tools, please go ahead and watch that. And then in this video, I have already configured the Server Management Tools, and I'm going to talk about the features that's included in the Server Management Tools. So in this, I have configured one gateway which actually connects to my on-premises, and then I have added 4 VMs which is actually running in my on-premises. And you can see now I can connect to them via my IP addresses, local IP address, and also I can connect to them using the server name, also the fully qualified domain name. So anything will work as far as the gateway can reach to them using those names. They will work, and the recommendation is to actually use the fully qualified domain name. So I'll just pick one of the VMs and then walk you through the features that's available in here. So first of all, we can actually restart and shut down the VMs and whatever the machine that's running there. That's pretty handy if you want to trigger restart remotely, and then you can do it that way. The connection, so pretty much all the connection details and the operating system, the server name, and etc. They're all shown in here. If you see here, you can see very intuitive graphs. So CPU usage is presented in here, and it's having like the last minute, so it's like nearly real-time data that's actually fed into this server management tools from on-premises. Also, the RAM utilization is the same. If you click on them, it will give you more details on how the CPU is utilized, and this is the total CPU speeds available and the number of threads and etc. So if I click here, it will take me to the processors information, which I will talk to you about later, and all this processing information is listed in here. So that's pretty much all the details you need in terms of server management. Again, if you go to the memory, it will give you all the details of how much memory that's in use in total and available and etc. So that's pretty much a lot of details. That's what you need from a server management point of view. Again, if you go and look at the network adapters, it will show you all the graphs related to that, how much send and receive traffic that's currently happening in the NIC, and how many NICs you have, and what are the IP addresses of those. It also provides the disk matrices, which is actually pretty good because you don't get that unless you do the perfmon in the old days. And you can see now when it's actually disabled by default. You need to enable them manually, and then the recommendation is actually to troubleshooting purposes enable them and then disable them when it's not actually in use. That's mainly because it's compute intensive, and you don't want monitoring to affect much on your performance for the disk and also for the piece for the server that's running. So you can actually go into very good detail on the disks when you actually enable them. You can see what are the disk read writes and etc. So that's pretty good for monitoring, and you can see where the actual, if you're having performance issues, you can see where the performance bottleneck is and etc. So that's really good. So let's go to the settings, where it shows all the features that's currently available from Server Management Tools. So if I go to properties, I'll walk you through each of these and explain you what features we have right now in this preview service. So this gives you all the properties of the server's operating system and hardware information, what type of process you have, and then the installed RAM and the total number of disk space. You can do the computer rename if you want to use in this computer identification tab, and you can also domain join them if you need them. And again, certificate manager lists all the certificates that's installed in there, what's expired, and you can, if you want to install, actually it allows you to import certificates as well if you go in here. which is really good because most of the time when you're dealing with certificates, it's one of the biggest needs is to actually to import the certificates. So you can do that. You can do that remotely in here without even logging into the server. So it shows me 8 expired certificates, which are old expired root certificates, and also you can list all the certificates that's in there. So that's the certificate manager. Event Weaver is pretty handy because whenever you have issues, the first thing you do is look in the Event Manager and Event Weaver. You can see the application events. You can see it's all the event weave that you go to locally. You have all the details that's in here. So if you go to the application event, if you want to look at the application events, they are all listed in here. You can do filtering like you do on your local machine, and then if I want to list all the errors, I do error filtering, and then it will give you. You can also clear the log if you want, and then you can go detail into each log and have a look at them. Same goes to security logs and also the system logs. You can do filter them, and you can see all the logs that's available on your server in the server management tools. File Explorer is one of the newest tools that's recently introduced. This tool actually gives us the ability to browse through all the files remotely. So I can go to the boot folder or like whatever the folders I want, but I can't modify the files at this time. It allows me to actually view them and also only to rename them. So if I go here and then I can delete them, also rename them, which is good feature. I hope the editing feature will come in soon, but right now this is only what we have. Firewall rules allows or shows us all the firewall rules that's in there. So if you want this machine to allow ping, then you can actually enable them as well. So it's just scroll to the, if you want to enable any of the rules, then you just need to scroll through that feature. Let's try and find that. So yeah, echo request, it's already enabled in this machine. So like that, you can actually create new rules as well if you want to. You can search for rules and change them and etc. So that's a lot of features that's the new thing. And again, what you commonly do in servers is actually giving local admin rights, and you can do that from anywhere in the world. You can do this as well. So you can add local administrators to this server by just typing in here and then validating them, add them. Network settings allows you to actually view the network settings, and so yeah, if you go in here, this is actually dynamic, and then you can go static as well. But again, this will actually lose connectivity if you make changes on this. So you need to be really careful when you're actually making changes to the network, because you're actually remotely connected to it. Again, you have the ability to view and change the network capabilities in here as well. PowerShell is the most powerful feature in this, which means this actually makes a remote PS session to this target server that's connected in this session. So I can actually do a dir and then list all the files that's actually in the target server, and then I can go get process, and that will give me all the processes that's running in there as well. And if you notice, if I press tab, it does the auto completion as well. It takes a bit of time, but it does the auto completion as well, which is pretty good. And yeah, so this also has this script editor, which is like what you get in PowerShell ISE. Again, also the list of commands with the installed modules in your server, in the target server. So it's pretty much like what you get in PowerShell ISE. You get most of the features in here. You can do anything, so you can do like a lot of features when you have actually PowerShell console open for that server. So you can do any of those using this PowerShell tool that you have. Now again, processors list all the processors which I showed you before as well. So this will, you can kill any process if you want, or you can create a the process dump for troubleshooting purposes if you want to. Actually, if you're having issues with any application, you can get the process dump and then do more analysis, or provide them to a Microsoft to do more analysis. Registry Editor, you can actually go into registry key and then you can add registry keys and rename them. You can make modifications to these like you do on your server locally. Again, roles and features, you can list all the server roles and features that's currently in here. If you can't make any changes to this at the moment with this feature. Services shows me what are the services that's running on the server. Again, you can start the service, stop the service, or anything you do normally on the services .msc console, you can do it in here as well. Storage presents you all the like a very intuitive summary of the storage that you have in your server. So it gives you number of disks, shares you got, and the volumes you got as well. The disks are actually shown in here. That's pretty much cover everything what you get from the server management tools. If you go to a server 2016 machine, you get the Windows Update server as well. So all what I showed you is in a server 2012 R2 server that I've connected to. So in this server, I'm connected to a Windows Server 2016 server. And it gives you all the features that I discussed above, and also it gives me this really good feature. You can install Windows updates remotely, which actually makes a lot of your life easy with this feature, because a lot of IT admins, they manage their servers, they spend a lot of time updating the servers, so that this will actually take a lot of hectic or pain from their mind. So as you can see, there's some updates available. You can actually view them, and then you can schedule them to install, or you can install them right away. So that's a really good feature as well. So that's all the features right now available as of today, which is August in 2016, and there'll be more features that will be introduced in this for sure. That's all from me, guys, on this video, and hope you enjoyed that, and thanks for watching this.